Bonjour à toutes et à tous. Aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour une nouvelle et dernière vidéo de CSI Les Experts sur PC. Car oui, nous allons faire la dernière mission qui, j'avoue, est pas mal du tout, clairement. Mais qui est également très difficile. Et alors en plus, je vous spoil un peu la suite de la vidéo, mais mon jeu a totalement craqué dans cette dernière mission. Alors, j'ai quand même réussi à le faire tant bien que mal, avec un petit peu d'aide celle-là, parce que vous allez voir qu'à la fin, les écrans se superposent, ça fait n'importe quoi.
We haven't heard from Grissom since he went out to Desert Gardens. His cell phone's down, he hasn't checked in. Gil can be eccentric, but frankly, this has me worried. On top of which, Leda Callisto has been making some oddball remarks about Grissom to the guards at the jail. You helped nail Leda, so this is your case. Yours and Catherine's. She's got the tenure and experience you can lean on. Now, either start with the Desert Gardens, or go to Leda's apartment. We need to find out more about the enigmatic Miss Callisto, and we need to find Gil Grissom. Period.
Donc déjà, chose sympa, c'est on reprend la suite de la 4e mission.
We've run her, found no priors, not even a damn speeding ticket. Check her apartment. Maybe you'll come up with more than we did. For what little good it did, yes. She's recently used an acid-based compound to burn off the core ridge details of her fingers. No unique scarring, either. Best we got out of her is partial, so naturally APHIS spitting back out is unknown. She keeps dropping cute, oblique hints that don't add up to anything much, just enough to amuse herself. My gut says, that witch knows plenty.
Pour rappel, on l'avait quittée en disant qu'elle avait buté la jeune Benedetti.
It's the geniuses of CSI. Missing something?
Juste pour se venger de son ex, hein, grosso modo.
Someone? Please, let me know what I can do to be of assistance.
It's too bad you're not serious, because that might help your situation.
I'm enjoying my situation. I'm content in my own company, and my needs are simple. And as for entertainment, I can picture your frantic efforts to recover your fearless leader. That's quite sufficient to pleasantly pass the time.
You may not have that much. Nevada has the death penalty. You might consider cooperating.
Ooh.
You know, I could tell you, but I have far too much consideration for your position. You see, if people like me just went around admitting things, you'd be out of a job. Well, I didn't kill him. Yet. Wouldn't it be interesting, though, if you could sit in a cell like this and still murder someone miles away?
Oh, gosh.
I would never spoil the theory you worked so hard to develop. It's like when a child does a finger painting, you don't point out the deficiencies. It's unkind.
Ouais, on se doute du coup que c'est pas une histoire de fesses, entre guillemets.
Whoa, a lot of stuff in here. Let's get started.
Nous sommes chez Leda, et là vous allez voir que mon jeu il a craqué.
Cap shut tight on a bottle of unidentified liquid.
Hop, on ramasse donc cette bouteille étrange.
Broken spine indicates a favorite passage, or at least a stopping point by the reader.
Ouais, enfin, moi quand je veux savoir où je me suis arrêté, je me marque la page.
A passage about the Greek tradition of burying loved ones with a silver coin in the mouth. Payment for the ferryman. Hear that before?
De l'argent dans la bouche. Avez-vous une bonne mémoire? Vous souvenez-vous dans quelle mission c'est tout ça?
Greasy substance smeared here. Got kind of a medicinal smell, wouldn't you say?
Hop, on ramasse un petit peu la crème. Alors là, ici, j'ai galéré pour tout trouver.
Would appear Leda was rather selectively getting rid of certain papers.
Donc là, c'est la partie facile, hein.
Car key,
Les clés.
the other just can't be sure. Some worn down markings on it, but can't make out what it said.
Hop, on les prend, ça suffit. Et là, alors,
Burned badly. Can't make out anything it said.
vous pouvez prendre le papier. Contrairement à la mission du feu, là, souci, il vous dit pas ça va tomber en poussière. Mais surtout, il y a un deuxième bout de papier. Ouais, et celui-là, je l'avais oublié. Et il y a d'autres choses à faire dessus. Il faut également voir s'il y a des empreintes. C'est assez peu intuitif par rapport à l'autre papier.
A set of prints on it, only they don't seem to be very complete.
Et du coup, faut pas oublier de ramasser le papier. Voilà, ici vous avez tout fait.
Date and page number are still visible. Maybe we can locate the original article.
Voilà, voilà. Là, ça a craqué parce qu'ici, non, vous devez voir autre chose, voilà. Le meuble là. Donc vous devez
Old
deviner.
photo album. Story of somebody's life.
Bon, j'espère que si vous avez arrivé à installer le jeu correctement, c'est plus facile, hein, clairement. Hop, on ramasse les empreintes avec les grosses taches de gras, là.
Set of prints. Old album like this. Could have been here a while.
Oui, effectivement.
Looks like something used to be under here. Traces of the image bled onto the laminate. Newspaper clipping, maybe.
Bon là, pas réfléchir trois plombes, on prend la feuille.
Greg should be able to analyze this. Maybe even enhance the image.
S'il ne se passe rien, c'est que je vais vérifier s'il n'y avait pas, par exemple, dans le petit interstice, un cheveu, une connerie comme ça. Ce serait tellement dommage. Mais non, il n'y a rien. Et voilà l'endroit qui nous a bien cassé les pieds de mon côté. C'est ce petit truc que tu l'as vu là. Il doit y avoir un canapé là, un petit fauteuil. Et le souci, ah bah, c'est qu'on le voit pas. Donc on a plein d'empreintes, c'est cool.
No prints worth lifting. Phones don't get cleaned, and there's always overlapping prints. Can't pull enough points for proper comparison.
Voilà, et le truc utile, c'est qu'il faut prendre le téléphone. On n'a pas fini, toutefois. Car voilà, il reste...
Casino chips. Didn't Sophia have a couple of these stuffed in her mouth?
Et nous avons fini chez Leda.
Catherine Willow's Las Vegas crime lab. My associate was out here earlier, you'll recall. We're continuing our investigation, and we have some questions.
Who knows? Maybe I'll have some answers.
Bon, on va aller dire interviewer, mais plutôt interroger le garde forestier du désert.
What evidence? I didn't call anybody. I sure didn't call the cops.
A call wasn't placed from here to our crime lab less than a half an hour ago.
Lady, our staff went home after you people wrapped up that other investigation. I'm the only one still working. You're looking at the only nightcrawler left in this garden. No, been real quiet. Few drive-thrus, few pedestrians strolling by. Nothing unusual. No, ma'am. You know, once it starts getting dark, you don't get a very good look at people coming around here. Sometimes you don't wanna. Afraid not. Wish I could have helped you out some more.
C'était très intéressant. À part lui dire qu'il n'avait pas
Let's see
appelé.
if anything new has been added around here that might give us a lead on what happened to Gil.
Bon, on a quelque chose à fouiller.
Ground's a little soft here. Wet. Underground sprinklers must have come on recently.
Donc bien sûr, une empreinte de pas. C'est parti pour faire du moulage. Hein.
Grissom would be right at home with these creepy crawlies.
Ce n'est pas un croissant pas cuit, c'est un insecte. Donc il faut cliquer près des pigeons là, enfin des oiseaux.
Got an impact here.
Alors, il va falloir utiliser la petite loupe, ici. Voilà.
Tiny traces of paint. Based on height and proximity to the road. Vehicle impact, wouldn't you say?
Ouais, je suis d'accord. Donc on ramasse la peinture. Et il reste une dernière chose.
These look like fresh tire tracks to you? Wide, like a truck's. And Leda used a truck before.
C'est ramassé. Des traces de pneus. Alors, le moulage, je le trouve pas foufou pour un terme, mais bon.
Notice how the tread's been compromised? Whoever peeled out of here must have been in a hurry. Loose dirt was thrown back over their own tread marks.
Et il me semble que nous avons tout ramassé.
We got a code red, Greg. Grissom's gone missing, possibly abducted.
Okay, Kath. Everything else goes on the back burner. I won't be happy till Grissom's standing there humiliating me again.
Il nous disait qu'il y a quand même un petit jeu de mots à la con à faire. Hein.
Lucky for you, you didn't open this up and catch it with chloroform.
Enough missing to knock somebody out?
Absolutely. Once inhaled, the chemical enters the bloodstream through the lungs, unaltered by the liver. Reaches the brain in seconds, and it's sleepy time. This key matches the type used by a few truck manufacturers. That's all I can tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
The markings on the key were worn down, but I enhanced them. Here's the lucky number, 10072. The laminate bore traces of newspaper ink, transferred from the article that used to be underneath it. I enhanced the image and found a wedding photo. And guess who was the blushing bride?
Leda.
Oh yeah, our Looney Tunes killer, on her way to her honeymoon. Somebody was a lucky guy, huh?
No man was living in that apartment, so we can assume a breakup. But Callisto may be Leda's married name.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those prepaid cell phones. No way to check the owner, and the memory was cleared. Software recovery tools came up with a big fat goose egg. Casino chips. Nothing special
Voilà,
about
c'est des indices que vous pouvez rater, qu'il ne faut pas avancer le public, et
Even
pourtant,
Gil Grissom would keep his
vous
distance from these bugs.
empêchez les 100%.
What we have here is a blowfly larva with a taste for living flesh. Cochleomia hominivorax, the human eater.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous?
The 150 or so
Mangeur d'hommes. Dangereux?
years would say so. But these things
peu quand même,
are
hein.
common. Eradicated in the States back in the 50s, though you can still turn them up in Mexico and points farther south.
Anybody studying or researching them around here you know of?
Not in Vegas, nowhere recently. University of Nebraska a couple years back did some cryopreservation research. See how long you could freeze the larva without killing them. Not what I'd keep in the kitchen freezer. By stabilizing the charred remains of the document with the pyrroline polymer treatment, I could run latent litting processes on it without destroying the ashes. It's an apparent suicide note, and get this, written on Champagne Hotel stationery.
Champagne Hotel. As in the Yardstrom case Grissom worked?
None other.
Brass needs to know about this.
On venait de faire le lien avec la première enquête quand même, hein.
Okay, it's newsprint, and the date and page number are visible. You'll need to do a Lexis search for the article. Medicated skin cream, calcium gluconate gel, topical antidote to treat hydrofluoric acid burns.
Like someone with access to a pharmacy.
Automobile paint, fairly common color, particularly on current truck series.
Leda used Dr. Wilkinson's truck in the Sophia Benedetti case. I'm sure that's no coincidence.
Rien n'est une coïncidence, Catherine. Chaud. On va pas trouver grand chose avec, hein. Sans blague.
Partials, damn. No match to anything in the database either. Good news is we got a complete set of prints on the photo album. Bad news is no hits on the APHIS database.
Mais attends, vous venez pas de mettre Leda Castello en tôle là? Je devrais les avoir ces empreintes.
Now, these partials are consistent in key areas with the photo album prints. We may have Leda's pre-acid bath fingerprints here.
C'est ça que je comprends pas, hein.
Size 10, Gil's size, and it matches his brand.
Alors, on appréciera le petit texte en bas qui disait pointure 44 alors que la recherche donne pointure 43. Hein. Tout va bien.
Nothing definitive. We need a better comparison.
Eh ben, c'est parti.
Yes? Well, she doesn't have a Nevada wedding certificate, but I can do some out-of-state digging. Got her. Murphy. Leda Murphy.
Impec.
Most people come to Vegas to get hitched. She left to do the job. Why not ask me to search all the Jones, Smiths, and Johnsons, too? Get a little more specific, and maybe I can help you.
Pas faux.
All you have is that suicide note on hotel stationery. Sorry, that's just too thin. What I can do is let you look at some of the evidence from the Yardstrom and Benedetti cases. Here's the murder weapon, the ligature. Maybe there's something more to learn. APHIS came up blank on these partials from the medicine bottle in Kylie's apartment. Here's the casino chips we found in Sophia's mouth. That Greek money angle may make them significant. Here's the money we found in Kylie's mouth. Too many overlapping prints for us to get anything useful. That's enough to get you started anyway. Build a stronger link to Leda, and I'll get that hotel reopened for you. Sure, I'll get you the prints from the garage you lifted. Those look like the best ones.
Voilà, voilà. Donc on doit récupérer des épreuves. Des différentes enquêtes. Ah oui, il y a celui-là qu'il faudra faire d'ailleurs. On peut oublier.
The ligature has traces of that same cream from Leda's apartment. Calcium gluconate gel with heavy aloe vera.
That cream was not over the counter, it was homemade. This may get us back into that hotel.
These chips match the type you turned up at Leda's crib.
Oui.
I ran a bunch of different tests, didn't come up with anything. Sorry, guys.
C'était très utile de nous avoir donné ça. Donc, on va quand même faire la recherche sur l'article. On avait oublié tout à l'heure. Bah.
Oh, now this is something.
Ooh.
Subject of the original article, Sophia Benedetti. Charged with possession of controlled substances few years back, but we found no record on her before.
Très 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 intéressant tout ça. Là c'est un peu n'importe ce que j'ai fait, mais et ça marche.
We've only got a partial match here.
Alors oui, mais c'était pas avec ça qu'il faut comparer, même si je pense qu'il faut faire toutes les comparaisons pour avoir le 100%. C'est ça qui est intéressant.
The fingerprints on the medicine bottle match the ones on the photo album, so Leda dispensed these meds to Kylie before giving her fingertips the acid treatment.
Très 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 intéressant. Bon, on fait la recherche à bord. On l'avait déjà faite sur l'enquête précédente, mais il faut quand même le faire.
Okay, now we have a match. Wilkinson's truck made a return trip to the scene of the crime.
Bon, on a plein de choses là, du coup. Hein.
Okay. How about a workable theory about what's become of Gil?
Well, after Leda was questioned at the pharmacy, Grissom got his invite out to the gardens.
Right. So even in the first interview, Leda figured we were on to her. Pretending to work at the gardens, she calls Gil, reports new evidence to perk his interest. She borrows Wilkinson's truck, lays in some of these flesh-eating bugs, and parks in the gardens. Waits out of sight. When Gil arrives, he spots the truck, checks it out, spots the insects, and has a typically Grissom closer look. Leda, dressed like a worker maybe, chloroforms him from behind. There's a struggle. A few bugs get jostled from the truck. Leda holds her rag over Gil's face till he's out.
Il est vrai que Grissom dans la série est fan d'insectes. Hein. C'est tout. Bon, on retourne voir le capitaine. Hein.
What can I do for you? Prints on Leda's photo album match those on Kylie's medicine bottle, and Leda's medicinal cream is on the murder weapon. Yeah, that'll fly. I know a judge who'll give us the warrant we need.
Et hop, le retour à la case départ, hein, à l'hôtel, là où tout a commencé.
Treads match, huh? Good enough for me. Go.
Back again. More trouble? Or you want info on
Ouais,
my
on a eu un
weekend
petit
pack?
truc furtif passé.
It's time to your lovely
Rien de
establishment.
méchant.
Catherine Willow's criminal list, Vegas Crime Lab.
Well, it's not the first time for your partner there. By sport, we kind of bonded. when I was getting pelted with questions about that Kylie broad getting bumped.
Yes, well, that's very touching.
Bon, voilà, c'est aux fraises, je vous dis tout de suite.
What is this? A recurring nightmare? Read my lips. Only person I saw was Kylie. She stuck with the same room. It was the guys that was always different. This some kind of joke? One of them hidden camera shows? Look, I told you everything I know already. Now, if you don't mind.
So, Kylie used this room all the time, and the manager says he didn't see anyone come out the door. But doors aren't the only way you can get into a room.
Vous ne le voyez pas, mais il faut cliquer sur la fenêtre. Voilà. Voilà.
Fire escape. A Juliet could let a lot of Romeos in that way. It's also a great peeping Tom perch. Could somebody have seen what went down in this room?
Et donc ici, il y a juste un truc à voir, c'est ça.
Someone hanging out on the fire escape, then entering the room, might have put their hands down right here.
C'est ces petites empreintes et surtout une espèce de crème.
Tiny smudge mark. Let's take a sample.
Oui, la loupe, c'est juste pour voir quelque chose. Hein. Et on a fini avec l'hôtel. C'est juste ça.
All right. Let's see if there's anything that was overlooked.
Là, c'est pareil, aux fraises. On se retrouve avec le jardin désertique. Un seul truc qu'on voit, c'est une lampe et l'écran de l'ordinateur. Le truc le plus important, bien sûr, c'est l'écran d'ordinateur.
Appointments in terms of the evidence we've already gathered. There's a Murphy here. Leda's maiden name, Bernard Murphy. We need to check it. Let's take a printout.
Et oui, on la devrait d'ailleurs. Hop, on ferme la fenêtre, on est poli. Et on a fini. On retourne donc voir
Hey guys.
si on a d'autres réponses.
It's our ever popular calcium gluconate and aloe vera mix.
Which puts Leda on the fire escape at some point, and also puts her in the hotel room via that entry.
Voilà, déjà on sait qu'elle était dans les parages du coup.
Obviously, Leda and Kylie are acquainted. Leda learns Kylie's going to the hotel, to her favorite room, which Leda stakes out from the fire escape landing. Leda waits for the couple to finish their fun. She doesn't even bother with gloves. Look, Ma, no fingertips. Devon exits. Kylie heads into the bathroom. Leda climbs in, tears the cloth, getting some of that custom hand cream on it in the process. Kylie comes out of the bathroom. Her friend Leda jumps her, wraps the ligature around her neck, and strangles her onto the bed. With Kylie dead, Leda stages the scene, tying up the corpse, blindfolding her, leaving the way she got in. Fire escape. That's how it could have happened. But why did it happen? What's Leda's motive?
Excellente question, Catherine. Et on va peut-être avoir la réponse avec l'agenda. Non.
No match. But all that means is that Bernard Murphy didn't have a criminal record.
Donc on va aller voir maintenant le Toubib.
Dr. Wilkinson, I'm Catherine Willows, CSI. We're picking up on the previous investigation and need to ask you a few more questions.
I thought you people were holding Leda Callisto for Sophia's murder.
We are, sir. And we're sorry for the trouble we've caused you.
Oh, well, that makes it all better, doesn't it? You throw my life into turmoil and you tarnish my professional reputation. Why wouldn't I be thrilled to help you people out any way I can?
Dr. Wilkinson, we have reason to believe Leda Callisto has committed other crimes, perhaps other murders, and we do need your cooperation.
Attends, il se plaint qu'on a ruiné sa réputation?
Anything to help keep that lunatic female
Le mec qui a chopé tout ce qui bougeait là? Non mais oh.
Being torn various new gaping bloody orifices by my wife, thanks to you people.
T'avais qu'à laisser ton engin dans ton caleçon, gros. Hein.
Still in my garage, isn't it? Do you need to look at it? I'll walk you back.
C'est de notre faute. Voilà, il s'est tapé 2 minettes là et c'est de notre faute. Non mais... Allez, on va faire un tour au garage.
Well, what? Honestly, it was here.
You had no idea it was missing?
If I'd known, I'd have reported it stolen.
Mince alors.
Leda. Crazy damn. Yes, she could have. She must have come back for it again.
Thank you, Dr. Wilkinson. We do appreciate your cooperation. We'll take it from here.
Bon.
Need me for something? I'll give it a shot. Well, Bernard Murphy worked at the Washoe County Crime Lab some years back. Let's bring his file and see. Dismissed a few years ago for breaking evidentiary collection procedures. Whoa. His dismissal involved a drug raid at Sophia Benedetti's home. Oh, man. Guess who was called as a procedural expert at Murphy's disciplinary hearing?
Non, laisse-moi deviner.
Gil Grissom.
Je vais le dire.
I can see if there's any record of him. Holy. Bernard Murphy committed suicide last week. I'll send out an APB right now. Maybe somebody will spot it.
Ah, ça ressemble plus à une vendetta personnelle, là. Hein?
Carrie who?
Maybe you're thinking of Karen. Karen Yardstrom?
I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. It's your IQ.
Charmant, hein?
My father had been through a lot. And the last thing he needed was some little tramp to use and abuse him.
What happened? Did your father think he had a girlfriend and found out he was just another notch on the bedpost?
Ooh, your insightfulness takes my breath away.
Kylie drove him to suicide and you killed her for it.
That sounds like an opinion. You see, a good investigator would be more interested in facts.
Mais c'est des faits, ma cocotte, hein?
How would that be possible? Gil Grissom is so brilliant. One of the top CSIs in the nation. Surely a mere slip of a thing like myself couldn't trap him using a few bugs as bait and reel him in. Not a big fish like Gil, man. What a triumph for you to have figured that out, and it only took you forever. Well, isn't that obvious, considering present company, because of the incompetence of this place and its subpar staff?
From what we hear, it was your father's incompetence that got him dismissed.
My father was a brilliant man, a dedicated, underappreciated investigator who misguidedly gave his life to this job. And look at the competence of his peers. Sad. It's just sad.
Really? Then what was the real reason for his dismissal?
Politics, corruption, the well-connected Mr. Benedetti. He wanted his daughter to walk, so he paid some of Vegas's finest to tamper with the evidence. Got the case thrown out. In the process, my father was framed into taking the fall.
I can assure you this department would thoroughly look into such a thing.
Your precious Grissom was there. Did he look into it? He has no feelings for the human species. We're less than bugs to him, literally. And no one wanted to stand up to Benedetti. That left my father to take the blame.
L'enquête précédente était plus profonde que ce qu'on a voulu nous faire dire au début. Hein?
My father was everything to me. The only one who understood me. The only person on this earth I was ever close to. And now he's gone. Forever. Job well done, CSI.
He took his own life. And it was not over the job he lost, but the woman he lost.
If the people around him here at CSI had stood up for him, given him the benefit of the doubt, he wouldn't be driven into the arms of that showgirl slut. He'd be alive today, showing all of you how to do this job. I lost my father because Benedetti's daughter was a crack addict and Papa was covering up for baby. My father took the fall for that poor little rich junkie.
And that's why you killed her?
I don't remember saying I killed her. I will point out that the scales of justice have achieved a certain ironic balance. I lost my father, Benedetti lost his daughter.
On s'en compte juste que toutes les missions sont fin d'une semaine. Hein?
Thanks to that APB on Wilkinson's truck, a patrol officer spotted a vehicle of that description heading into a U-Keep self-storage lot. But that's several hundred storage rooms, and I can only get a warrant for one specific room.
Yep, là, notre Dieu.
I'm ahead of you on this one. Grissom believed the evidence might have been tampered with and went on record as to Murphy's possible innocence. But the mayor at that time buried Grissom's report, most likely due to the Benedetti family's influence.
Pourri.
I can give the company a call. They do have a locker registered to that key number. but it might just be a coincidence. It's Unit 417. Let's hope your theory is correct.
Non mais attends, tu sais pas à qui tu parles là?
You can lie and try to manipulate the truth all you want. Gil Grissom sold my father out. The biggest irony of all, if a CSI of my father's abilities were here, he'd find Grissom. Maybe you'll find him too. Someday.
Mais oh, tu sais pas à qui tu parles hein?
Gate's locked. Can't force entry without a warrant, so we have to find a link between Leda and these lockers, and fast. We can try the key we found in Leda's apartment. If it's a locker key, maybe it'll also open the front gate. There it is, over there, Unit 417. This could be it. Let's try the key on it. It's jammed.
Hey, I'm in here.
Did you hear that? There's someone inside. It's gotta be Grissom. Let's find something to pry the door open with.
Bon, voilà, c'est à la
This
recherche
might be
de
good
petits
to get some
bobos.
leverage
Hein.
on the door.
Rien de très compliqué. Hein.
We'll still need something else from around here to use this with.
C'est curieux d'appeler ça une preuve, parce qu'on va pas l'analyser. Hein.
We can use this as a fulcrum. Let's take it.
Et voilà, on a fait notre levier.
Great. We can use these to pry the door open now. Those bugs, the flesh eaters, they're all over him.
Catherine.
Gil, we're here. Everything's all right.
Leda. The Benedetti case. Murphy was fired because
I know, Gil. For once, I'm way ahead of you.
you saved my life.
I had help. Our newbie here came through big time.
Sure did. I think, maybe we can declare your probation
Oh,
period over.
s'il fallait juste sauver la vie du chef hein, pour être embauché. Hein.
I'd say we worked the bugs out.
C'est pour ça qu'il y a
How
beaucoup de
are we going to
chômage. Hein.
the hospital, Mr. Grissom? We're gonna check you out like the walking crime scene you are.
It's time for your evaluation. I've spoken to your fellow CSIs. Sarah, Nick, Warwick, Catherine all give you high marks. Greg and Doc Robbins are also impressed. Devin Rogers is
Bon là les sous-titres sont trop en avance. Hein,
cleared
donc,
of any involvement in the Kylie Yardstrom killing. As for me, well, let's say I'm glad you were on the Callisto case. Yes, Jim. Yes. Really? I'll be right there. It never ends.
Et on a fini 100%. Qui était compliqué celui-là vu avec les écrans de fin qui étaient horribles.
It doesn't happen often. I'm impressed.
Donc nous avons tout débloqué. Nous allons voir les petits bonus de l'enquête. Et vous allez voir le bonus final. Nous avons tout débloqué avec 100% partout. Dans les petits artworks du coup. Et le storyboard de l'enlèvement de Grissom. Ah, ça c'est l'hôtel d'ailleurs. Et pour finir cette vidéo, nous allons regarder un petit peu les bonus de bonus. Vous avez surtout les photos de la vraie série, hein, des acteurs de la vraie série. Les vrais acteurs de la série, plutôt. Du moins des premières saisons, hein. Parce qu'après il y a eu des changements d'acteurs, tout ça, tout ça. Les vrais décors, du coup. On dirait des chaises en plastique, mais bon, passons. Donc l'équipe de production derrière la série. Et là, on a les enregistrements vocaux pour les doublages des personnages de la série. Écriture du code. Oh. Ubisoft. Petite dédicace à vous les gars. Franchement, c'est pas une bonne période en ce moment pour vous. Hein. Bon, ça on peut pas le lancer du coup parce que c'est des vidéos. Voilà. C'est dommage, hein. Parce que c'est les storyboards des différentes enquêtes. C'est fort dommage, mais bon. Ça aurait été très sympa de regarder un petit peu comment c'est fait. bon, le temps qu'on voit la dernière image, je trouve du coup que la dernière mission est très très bien faite, parce qu'elle fait le lien avec la 4e de l'avant, ce qui est pas mal, mais avec la première, et ça c'est super cool. À part 2 missions au milieu qui servent à intrigue meublée, vous avez la première, la 4e et la 5e qui sont liées, et je trouve ça génial. C'est donc sur ce bonus de fin que je vais vous quitter. Si jamais ça vous a plu, j'en ai d'autres sous le coude des jeux d'experts, et je referai une autre série. Je vous souhaite donc une bonne journée et bon jeu. Salut!